let's rewind our fate into something better than expected. Morchie Rewind Shaman. This is a deck centered around the brand new legendary of Morchie that allows you to keep both possible outcomes from your rewind cards. It also gives you the battle cry that allows you to discover a rewind card from another class, giving you things like Cease to Exist as a way to remove 2 minions from your opponent's board. Before we get into this deck, though, it is worth mentioning there are 3 edge cases that do not work with this deck. Morchie does not work with the Warlock Rewind card at all. It will only discard 1 card from both players. Warrior Rewind card doesn't work either because you only can have 1 weapon. And Hagatha Slimes plus Morchie will not also work. Now, for the long guide, first thing to watch out for is going to be Elise and Morchie. These are great cards to keep. Then you're going to be looking for other early game minions, early game removal tools such as Baking Soda, Volcano, or draw power cards such as Bird Watching, or minions that can draw other minions. Now, with all being said, let's look at some games. All right, Rogue. I'm assuming this is going to be Imbue, since that seems to be the deck that's floating around. I might end up making some changes to this list. It really just depends on how I'm feeling. We'll see in the long run if we do. You might see a few cards change here and there, depending on how many other games we put in this video. Okay. Slamming down Gropin. Still don't know what our opponent is playing. And there is the Dagger Mastery out of them. Assuming they just probably bricked, right? Pop-up book, okay. Hero Power or Triangulate? I think it is Triangulate, just because I want to see what we can grab. I'm going for more Bird Watchings. Hex actually probably would have... It depends. Again, it really depends on what our opponent is playing. Hex might have been the better card in the long run. Let's use Bird Watching. I mean, it's always Hagatha here, right? Shutter Block is funny, but, like, Hagatha just gives us a little bit of... Actually, not even a little bit of a perfect curve. Just perfect curve. Come on, give me something. Okay, there we go. It is Imbue. Only took 3 turns for us to find out. 4, actually. It is the rogue deck that I'm facing a lot of. I think we... like 8 games in, and I would say 4 out of those 8 were all rogue. And it's been a basically even split of if we win or if we don't. Okay. Instant Multiverse is pretty nice. I don't know if Instant Multiverse... I'm assuming it works with Morchie, but, like, I don't know, maybe we find out that it doesn't. I don't know how... Could be a bug if it doesn't work. Or could be how the game is supposed to be programmed. I really don't know. I'm just going to use the Frosty Decor. Give us a little bit more survivability. +2 taunts. I guess that's also survivability. Is Dreamweaver actually a card people are running in that deck, or is this just because it... Also, a little heads up. I've been testing a lot of decks, and this game will be... It's the day after the Miniset came out. So, people are still experimenting with, like, what's the better lists and what aren't the better lists, you know? Okay, I'm hoping we can get... That wasn't what I was expecting, but that is actually pretty nice. Oh, you need 1 slot in order to get the Ultra Giga Store. I forgot that it needed to be 1 and it couldn't be 2. That's my bad. Instant Multiverse is the card that has that. Oh, or is it... No, it has to be that, right? I was going to say it's either that or Atomize, right? I don't think that is actually the truth, now that I'm thinking about it. I think it is this card. I've been wanting to use Instant Multiverse and something, but there just hasn't been, like, a deck for me to try it out. There are a few other Shaman lists that I want to try out. I want to do a Overload Shaman list. I did briefly try, because someone suggested it, a Overload Evolve or Imbue Shaman, but that doesn't actually work because you can't target the new things with that. So, it is what it is. The new frogs, sorry. Alright. I mean, Ziliax is always the go-to here, right? Okay. Of course they got it. How do I deal with this board without, like, ruin my day? I mean, they're going to heal up to full no matter what, right? We can use baking soda, hope our 2/6s survive, and they... Perfect. I mean, not really perfect, but good enough. Up that one. This one is here, and then go face with the last one. Lone. You know, out of all the decks that I've seen from the mini set, this is the one that I'm like, I like seeing it a lot, right? Imbue Rogue is one of those decks, since it's basically just a twist on Thief Rogue. I am actually really happy with they ended up making. I'm amazed that we didn't get this in the original set with the Imbue cards. But maybe they were just waiting for like the end of the power or end of the year for the power level to be at the maximum that they were willing to go to for a deck like this. Thief Rogue will always put a special place in my heart. And I'm glad whenever it can actually pop off. I know it can make for some frustrating games where your opponent just RNGs their way into, like, winning, but I don't know. I like it a lot. I know my RNG is usually really awful, so I don't necessarily like playing a lot of those decks like this, but as I play a deck that is centered around generating the correct cards. Ooh, Underblock's fun. Because you can actually easily backfire in this list, depending on what you randomly get off of the instant multiverses, or the... Actually, I guess that's the... Or the Morchie, you know? And they're just going to be a little bit more. Oh. Speaking of, like, RNG, I don't know if that made it easier. I mean, I guess it technically makes me do less damage to your minion, so I guess it's better that way, but never mind. I was gonna say, like, that still isn't a great stat line for them to deal with it. Okay. X would be a cool top deck? No, that's not X. Okay, Morchie, give me something cool. Cease to exist is something cool. I don't know how Announcer works, so I'm not going to choose it. I'm assuming Announcer isn't going to give me 2 weapons. So we could go with... Yeah, just go with both. Cease to exist. I was really hoping the middle minion would actually survive. Or not survive, be destroyed. I'm going to get rid of it. I know this is a bit of a waste, but at least we don't have a undying minion that we have to deal with. All of history is under my gaze. There's Dubious Purchase. I am actually, that's one of those cards that I'm amazed that is still seeing play. Like, I get it, it is removal, but I was expecting it to be dethroned by dethrone. I'm gonna summon down Herald. Hopefully we can get something cool. Oh, Harna. That's... That Wild God was something that I was always meaning to do something with, and then I just never got around to it. Which is kind of a shame, you know? Might as well gain some HP. Do we gain double date? Oh, wait. Crap. Well, never mind. I did see someone try to do Imbue with the Starship package in Rogue, which is interesting and seems like a deck that I would put together. And then through testing, I'd be like, man, I'm trying too much things with this deck. I don't see a reason to try to combine the two. Like, theoretically, you could get Starship pieces, but, like, it's going to be such a low chance that I don't think it's worth running the two together. Yeah, let's use Shutter Block. Sanctuary, and then I want to use Mr. Clocksworth here. I haven't been able to use this card that often. Let's rewind our fate.
You will be among the first to transcend time.
I mean, that's better, but we got 2 more shots. Come on, something cool. It's better than what it was before. Actually, no, it isn't. Double Death Rattle is actually kind of funny, though. Flew a little bit too close to the sun. Actually, that is kind of funny. Especially if we can get that as the finishing blow. Them clearing out the board is okay. Somehow they have to get rid of all the minion or all the cards in their hand between the 2 stars. Also, one of those legendaries that I've tried to make work in the past, and sadly, it legitimately it would be a little bit better if you just made 6 damage instead of the 5. Because that would actually lower the amount that you need to OTK from 30. Which would still be insane. Manager. This is going to be enough for them. I should have really just used the Ziliax Tribute last turn, but it's okay. Let's see what random cards we can get. Actually isn't that bad. Then we grab Stealth here. There's no chance that they have AoE, right? We got the Wind Fury on it and the Divine Shield. I'm just gonna go face with everything else. Just can't have exactly AoE removal. much damage is this? It's 6 plus 8. I think this is GG. Ooh, they're going to make us shudder. Hey, they copied us. Too bad they don't have space. Oh. That was almost bad. Well, let's send them through the portal into the past. Oh no, I forgot to hit record. Okay, well, we're keeping bird watching and volcano. Hey, Morchie in the opener is kind of interesting. It's Demon Hunter. What Demon Hunter decks exist right now? I know Clark's been doing something with... I don't know if he was the original person who came with it, but with the new Remnant of the Rage or whatever. Oh, and we have made some changes from probably what the first game in this video is going to have. Or maybe I'll swap the order depending on how this goes. We've added Ceaseless Expanse, we've added Ysera, taking out the Triangulates, and I feel like there was another change, but I don't remember what it was. I've been testing this off and on for like a week. There's a lot of decks that you'll see this coming up week that fit that category of I've been testing them off and on for the week. So... I'm just going to pop the 1-2. Hey, let's go. That's one of the better cards to hit. I'm so curious of what should pull. Oh, it could be that list. I have other ideas for Demon Hunter, actually. We'll probably be doing something with the new Demon Hunter Legendary soon, I would say. I think my plan for the week is we're doing Morchie today, then we'll do Low Druid using the Acceleration Aura as a way to scale up quickly, and then we'll do Chronicar Demon Hunter with a bunch of dragons, because I think that would be kind of cool. I haven't done a dragon deck yet, and I know dragon decks have been doing decently strong. So I think that's the plan for the week. Then, like, maybe next week we'll do, like, one of the 2 new Imbue classes. And I don't know what else, actually. What are the chances that they actually are able to deal with the Morchie here? I'm assuming they probably won't be able to, right? Especially because... we'll make them cease to exist. No, because we can protect them with 2 0/1 taunts. So, Infestation. Huh. Please don't get rid of the Morchie here, please. I am realizing we should probably use Lightning Storm instead. They could have had it. I'll take it. I mean, Instant Multiverse is actually a pretty good turn 6 play. If we get both possibilities, come on, something cool. A bunch of taunts, I can work with this. If we were playing any other class, or against any other class that had a way to get to infinite damage, that Brain Masseuse would be in nightmare field right about now. I do find it funny that the like self-damaging Demon Hunter list and Priest list kind of have dropped off of the face of the planet. I don't know if it's because there are cards that you can randomly generate that can give you infinite damage theoretically versus it, but it is kind of funny to think that is the reason why those decks have disappeared. I never really liked playing those decks. They just run out of speed really, really quick, and if you find a way to finish them off, you know. mean, Kodo is always pretty good. Stegodon could give us an art. I think it will give us a secondary taunt. I'm just going to trade with at least one of our minions here. We'll have 2 taunts, which is nice. Actually getting a lot of advantage off of the Morchie. So I just ended stream 2 games ago, and this is me in stereotypical fashion, where 2 games after stream, I managed to get the game that of all time with the deck. I'm so consistent at doing that. So this will be the 22nd game. If I end up doing more, who knows? We'll see. I might just call it quits after 22 games. Honestly speaking, I think we'll call it quits after 22 games. Okay, freezing the 5/5. That and the port. Okay. I mean, Kodo is probably good, but I think what we do here is get rid of one of their minions. Then we can use Cease to Exist. And then I'm going to go face with Chromie once again. Slam down this, get 2 taunts. It is how it works. Good, good, good. I mean, they are running out of resources really, really quickly, and we have quite a bit of resources. The nice thing actually here is, even if they get rid of the Morchie, like, we won't be too worried about it. Them leaving it up again for an Archon would be hilarious. I mean, theoretically, you are just going to go fit. Wow. Huh. There's Sanctuary. Okay, do we do Kodo or do we do Ziliax? I think it's just Ziliax, right? Ziliax heals us, stabilizes us a little bit more, gets us back up to 30. I don't know if this deck runs Call Ferrero into, like, 1 Inquisitor, because I could easily see that maybe being, like, another win condition. I think what they do in this deck is they run Youthful Brewmaster to bounce back the Broxigar multiple times. I think that's the play. I could be wrong. Oh, there goes both of the red cards. Okay. Now, are you getting Chromie or are you... This might be a scenario where we just baking soda to get rid of the board. Though that is kind of a funny card. Because we can go face. We're at 25, right? And then I'm going to grab Crown. And Crown will get... Ooh. I mean, Norzdamu is a card that I've been meaning to do a deck around, but, like, boy oh boy is the card bad. Maybe if we get, like, a set where we have a lot of, like, cheap spells, then the card will be playable for at least 1 set, and then it'll fall off the face of the planet once we go to the next one. Wait a second. Actually, if we... This is big brain play. If we summon 1 more minion, then they won't ever be able to use the last portal to, like, OTK us. Which is kind of funny. Okay, we can heal. Also, we have 2 taunts, which is nice. I can't believe Morchie has lived this long, truth be told. We could also Theseless the board, but I think that would be a huge mistake. So I am not going to do that. 3 damage off. Yeah, I think we just slam down Norzdamu and then Hope they don't have any or enough removal to put space on our board. Yeah, we'll transform one of these. Makes it a little bit harder for them to actually do anything. I think this is a game, right? I don't know how you come back from this scenario. It kind of... I think they played too close to the sun and leaving that Morchie up this entire game. Pop-up book as a top deck would be hilarious, though. One. Okay, I guess we would need... Oh, oh, never mind! Let's go! Alright, now we're through the game, so that's my final thoughts of the deck. So, I ended up playing 22 games with the deck, ended up with a 45% win rate, which could have been better. Overall, though, I was kind of disappointed with the Morchie card as a whole, just because she doesn't work with a good chunk of the Rewind cards, making her a lot less powerful than I expected, because there's a lot of the time where you'll generate cards that she doesn't work with, and you're just like, well, I guess I can't really make advantage off of this. Also, at being 4 mana makes the card a little bit more annoying to use if you don't use something like Ysera, which my initial version was missing. Overall, though, if you're looking for something to do with Morchie and you want something a little bit more unique, this is an alright deck for y'all to try out. But before we end the video, special thanks to our 2 channel members of Daniel Nascimento and Ruben. If you want to help out the channel a little bit more, you can join one of the 3 membership tiers. But if you can't afford to do that, you can always leave a like, comment, subscribe, or turn on the notification buttons if you're already subscribed, or even use the new hype button to help out the channel just as much. Until next time, bye-bye.